Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're on the busy Vestal Parkway here in Vestal, New York. And there's a brand new Verizon wireless small cell on the parkway here that I showed you guys in a short recently, but didn't really have time to test. Today we're gonna test it. We'll get up close and personal, take a look at it. And we're also gonna run AT&T on the Pixel and AT&T on the iPhone. Today's the last day that I have service on both phones. From now on, we're going to be testing AT&T only on the Pixel. So we'll do a comparison and see which phone can pull better speeds on AT&T. So I had lunch at Panera, so I'm all ready to test for you guys. But before we get started, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe down below. And yeah, let's get tested. So we've got the iPhone down here showing 5G+. We've got the Google Pixel up here, Google Pixel 9 XL. It doesn't show the Plus logo usually until you run it for some reason, which is kind of annoying. I don't really like that, but we'll see. So here goes AT&T first on the iPhone, connected to the Pentel data server. And AT&T does have a 5G Plus site that it's like the biggest one in the area that I've showed you guys multiple times in the past. It's just out of view here, so there's not really anything to show you in terms of the cell site. Maybe I'll throw a picture of it up on the screen or something like that when I'm editing the video. So this is actually one of the better results in the area you can get for AT&T. 427 down, 75 millisecond ping, 200s for the loaded ping on the download, 512 on the up, jitter at 11 milliseconds. Let's see how that compares to the Google Pixel. For reference, we're on top of one of the hills on the parkway at a former Comfort Inn that's being converted to a Hilton property, mostly for Binghamton University students. So here we go. The Pixel is getting 82 millisecond ping, loaded ping at 541. So the Pixel, again, running with the Samsung modem. Very interesting that the results are so different. As I hit the microphone and my phone locked on me. So there's what we had on the iPhone. There's what we're getting on the Pixel, which is weird. Let me try putting it in airplane mode. All right, I airplane moded it. We'll give it a second to come back. We'll clear out these old results and we'll try again. Very weird that it, maybe it's just trying to connect to a different cell site. Yeah, so clearly the iPhone was preferring the N77 site over whatever this Pixel's connecting to. And once again, I have forgotten to put my phone in Do Not Disturb mode. Yeah, so the Pixel's getting service from somewhere else, I would imagine. The upload is still really good. Better than the iPhone on the upload, even without N77. So there you go. There's the Pixel versus the iPhone on AT&T. And it would seem like the Pixel is preferring a different cell site for whatever reason. So give me just a minute. I'm going to switch my other phone over to T-Mobile, and then we'll save the most exciting part of the video for last, the Verizon. Before we do that, though, shout out to the channel sponsor, Circled In. Circled In can help you get a discounted rate plan by joining other existing family plans from providers like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, and even streaming services as well. So let's talk about them for a minute. We'll be right back. Today's video is brought to you by Circled In. CircledIn.com lets you split the cost of a wireless family plan from major providers like Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, and even from prepaid providers like Cricket or Google Fi. And now they've even added the capability for you to split the cost of a streaming service from places like Netflix, HBO, Hulu. Check them out at CircledIn.com. Thank you again for supporting the channel. Welcome back, everybody. We've got T-Mobile fired up and ready to go. T-Mobile pretty much blankets the area in N41, so I'm never surprised to see 5G UC. T-Mobile's closest site to here is probably the one up on top of the hill with the cemetery near the Binghamton University campus that I've shown you guys before. There's also a site on Binghamton University, which is just over the hill here that way. So it's probably coming from the site on top of the hill. Again, I'll put a picture up if I can remember. 587 on the down, 40 millisecond ping, 671 loaded, which is pretty bad for T-Mobile, 444 on the up, and 2 millisecond jitter, upload at 13. So the upload's a little disappointing, but the download is certainly great. Let's try just for fun, let's try the coverage map test and see what we get there. CoverageMap.com test. It's always interesting to see a little bit different results. Ping at 40 milliseconds. Very, very similar results to Ookla. Let's see if the upload can eke out something a little bit better. Not quite. A little bit worse than Ookla there. All right, and last but not least, let's switch over to Verizon and see how this small cell is performing. And yeah, that'll be fun. Greetings, we are back with Verizon Wireless fired up and ready to go. The small cell, from this angle that I'm sitting at, you can see the cabinetry, which is quite a bit larger than most cabinetry on Verizon, but the node is hidden by the angle of the telephone pole. Maybe I'll get the drone up in the air and get you guys some better shots of it. So we're starting out with a 59 millisecond ping, and the data speeds are doing quite well. Wow, that cop is flying. He went by doing about 80 miles an hour. The speed limit on this road's 45, I think. And he's trying to get through the red light. Well, that was fascinating. Anyway, back to the video. We've got 392 on the down, 59 millisecond loaded ping, or unloaded ping. The loaded ping is almost 1,000, which is somewhat typical for Verizon around here. And the upload at 38.1. I'm willing to bet if I moved angles a little bit away from the pole itself, I'd probably do a little bit better. Let's try, just for kicks, a different server. And it is kind of a peak time. It's 12:20 in the afternoon, so everybody's out getting lunch, running errands, whatever. So we're doing a little bit better, I think. And these are actually pretty good results for ultra-wideband in this area. A lot of sites struggle to break 200. And again, I think if I changed positions a little bit on the site, I do remember breaking a little over 400 on it. But again, these are fantastic results. And there's no other, except for maybe the one over by the hospital, there's no other Verizon sites in the area that have ultra-wideband on them yet. And the one over by the hospital might be doing intercell. Let me pull up the coverage map test. Also, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the new iPhone 16. I'll be getting the 16 Pro Max and selling my old one. I have to stay on the cutting edge of technology for you guys. So, as usual, the Coverage Map app is showing a little bit slower speeds than Ookla. In this case, quite a difference, actually. 32.4 on the up. And now let's test, just for the sake of my own curiosity, let's test fast.com, since we're here anyway, and see what we get over there. Seems to be getting slower as we go along. Ookla was the fastest, the coverage map test was a little bit slower, and the fast.com test is actually, interestingly, much slower compared to the other two. I put the mic on for this video because the noise from the road in front of me is quite deafening. Would not want to live along the Vestal Parkway. So we got a 48 millisecond unloaded. The loaded ping's in the 500s. 160 on the down and 28-ish megabits per second on the up, and still going. It's kind of interesting how long the fast.com test takes to finish especially on the upload side. I actually remember a time when it didn't even give you that information. Also, interestingly, in the news this week, Verizon is buying Frontier Fiber. So for many people, they'll be going full circle from Verizon Fios to Frontier and now back to Verizon. I think a lot of areas in California are like that. So anyway, there's a look at a brand new Verizon small cell here along the Vestal Parkway. Extremely busy road and very rough coverage area for Verizon. And drop a like, hit subscribe if you're not, and leave a comment too. I like reading the comments. That's like the best part of my day, waking up and reading the comments after all the editing. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.